Hi there. Here's a different view. Here, I don't know what I'm going to start working on next, so we're going to get into that. But I also have a task I need to do. Here's that tower. I think I mentioned it before. I hate it. It drives me crazy because the drawers never open smoothly, and it looks like a big plastic stack of drawers, and it just bugs me. And I've pretty well got it empty and safely rehomed everything except for that last drawer. So I do need to do that today. And I also need to choose a new book. And I just thought, you know, we could look around the room again while we're here. So let's get this dad blasted thing out of here because I hate it. And we're just going to, I'm going to pause, put down the phone and get that out because I think I'm going to need two hands and I might use foul language. Hold on. I did it. I got it out. Let's put it here on the desk. I'm sorry. I guess I should have forewarned anyone who is nauseated by a moving camera or even slight jiggling because this is handheld. So I got the drawer out. Now here's what I'm hoping. I'll move slowly. Don't look at the mess. That. I think I can fit everything from here into here. That's the plan, Stan. Jingle bells. Some little silky roses that remind me of Donna. She does miracles with beautiful silky little roses. These are nice. I think these are curtain pulls. I find them at thrift stores all the time. They're really beautiful on a Christmas journal. And tassels. I love a tassel. So we've got tassels. Not ready to part with the tassels. So I mentioned on Instagram yesterday, more tassels. Because, you know, you need lots of tassels. My pulled tooth decided to become a dry socket. I thought I was just developing an infection because my ear was sore and my sinus was sore, and the tooth they pulled was in my jaw. It wasn't an upper tooth. So that kind of surprised me that my sinus was bothering me. Let's go here. There we go. Still, I've got a wonderful dentist. Hair elastics, as you know, are great for if you've used like a doorknob thing or a button to hold a journal closed. These are terrific. So there we go. That whole drawer, this whole drawer fit into this. So let's put it, hitting things, back up in its home. Now I can see, is that all the way back? it is. I don't remember it sticking out that much. Sorry. Oh well, I'm short. My head won't hit on it. I think something's back there. I'm going to pause. Hold on. Nope, it sticks out that much. Let me show you. But like I said, it's my room and I'm short. So it can stick out. So we'll slowly go back. Slowly she turns. Step by step. And we'll put this back in here. And then tomorrow, well, I guess by the time you watch this, it'll be today. I'll give this a wipe down. I will list that on Virage Sale, and it will get snapped up in minutes on Virage Sale. Crafty people love these things, and I get it. I like clear objects. I love watching craft room tours. And everyone's got their thing. Oh, I loved Corey Dahman's craft room tour that she did recently. If you haven't looked at it, go watch it. It's beautiful. I just drooled over all the sewing drawers. I wish I could do a room like that, but I do better when I can see in the container at a glance. Then I get a better idea of what's in it, even if I've labeled things like here where I've got photos and paper dolls. I still like a clear container. Clear. If we go down here, you'll see clear. Over here. They're all clear. I can see at a glance what's inside it. So it does make my room look a little more hectic, but this is a working room and it's my room, so as much as it would be nice if it were pretty, here's more clear containers so I can tell right away, oh, this is my container with little things like playing cards, bridge score pads. I can see it at a glance. These are little note cards, obviously, because you can see. So I'm even semi-clear for all my metal objects that I like to put onto journals. I just do better. I guess I'm a visual person. I'm a visual learner. For someone with rotten eyes, I'm an oddball. Anyhow, Nancy said blue, and there's some of my blue books, and I looked them over. I kind of like her, A Speckled Bird. Augusta Evans Wilson, she's the one that also wrote In Felicia, and I kind of like that one. And there's some blue here. These are huge. And as I love making a huge journal, but sometimes it ends up that, first of all, the cost of all the paper, the weight of the book, it can put that kind of journal out of some people's range for if they think that they would like to enjoy one of my journals. Now here's another shelf of blue up here. If you're wondering my thinking with my shelf, and I've explained this before, let me get a lengthwise. I store my books on the lower shelves and on the upper shelves. And then I store my working materials that I need to be able to grab frequently during the day on the middle shelves, so they're easy to see through and get into. So that way they're useful because the middle shelves are more accessible for me, but I can still see and find the things I'm looking for, whether it be the next book, because I'm fortunate, thank you to my thrift stores and my Kirby shop and antique shops. I have an abundance of books right here, and it's almost as if I can go shopping in my room, and I'm grateful for that. So here's my other blue shelf. Oh, how did you get turned? Oh, because I was looking for you. As you can tell, I love, for someone who's not overly religious, I do love religious artwork and iconography. Is that the correct term? Anyhow, more blue books here. None of them appealed to me. This really old William Morris book up here, if you remember this one that I found last summer. I am looking forward to doing this book, but I fear that it would force me into a theme, a William Morris theme, and I'm not feeling like a theme. So I hesitate to do the William Morris. There's I keep a select few book text blocks, of course, to use in books. And then I also keep some still in their covers over here. These are actually cutters. These are cutters. I call them cutters because they're the ones I will take folios out of or make use of. But I find that by keeping them inside their cover, it's easier for me to find what I'm looking for rather than removing the pages. If I know, oh, I'm looking for my blank stamp book, then I know that it's right in here. Or if I'm looking for any of my nature type books like Edith Holden, I know they're all there because I've left, even if I've cut open all the threads, the signature threads, I'll still usually put them back inside the cover, and that way I know where to find them because I just simply look for the book. So there's all my red books there, and those are doubled up, so you can imagine how many books are there. Oh my. Old newspapers and magazines, old National Geographics. I really cleaned out big time my children's books. I find I'm just not as children's booky as I used to be. So those are some children's books that are cutters. And up here are children's books that I may wish to turn into journals. Oh, and there's one Better Homes and Garden book there. And then up there is Candy and my journals. Both are very important. Green books, black books right here. This one looks brown, but it's actually black. The spine has just faded. And then brown books. So I'm not sure. I'll show you what I'm tempted to work on. Let's go over to my desk here. I am tempted to work on this one. And I'm tempted to work on this one. Nancy wanted blue. I really like to keep her happy. It makes me happy. It's the story of the China Inland Mission. Ooh, by Geraldine Guinness. Well, first of all, I love the name Geraldine. That was my mother's name. I love it affectionately. Sorry, Mom. I would never name a child Geraldine, but my Nana must have loved it because she named her daughter Geraldine. This is old, 1800s. I like it. This is embossed. I think I'd leave this alone. I think I would find a way to cover up this title, but still leave all of this. So this is in the running. It's a little big. This one's a nicer size to work with. It's Cicero. And I like this embossing. It would need some grungy work here, and I'm feeling the grunge, so that doesn't frighten me. I'm feeling like some grunge, and this is old too. This is in the 1890s as well. So I'm tempted to work on Cicero. Here's the guts from one from 1920 that I was thinking about. Hold on, I'll go get it. I'll pause so that I don't make everyone dizzy. So, this one, it's collected poems by Rupert Brooke. And it's, again, one of those ones where the spine has faded from exposure to light, whereas the rest of the book still has its color. And there's blue there for Miss Nancy, but I do think I'd cover this up and that. Not sure with what yet. And this is the text block for it. It already, I started it already thinking this is going to be it. And I'm just not feeling it. I'm not finding I was able to get that plate out of there. I'm not feeling it. It does need some TLC. I can wave at you through that crack. So I don't know. It's not fun to work on a journal that you're just not totally enjoying like a delicious meal. So, and these two don't have me sold yet either. And I'm really, really tempted. I'll take you over and show the books that have me fascinated lately. So these big books have me fascinated lately. And I'm really tempted to make a book and use some papers out of these books, especially rocks everywhere, especially, not you, Beethoven. It's such a good book. This one, I'm just loving this book lately, and it's just full of glorious plates and see what I mean? Just these beautiful old plates. It's got some of the pictures from the Birds of Paradise book. But I do have that book as well. I've got the entire book of that. So it's got, like, look at that. How cool is that? Wouldn't that make a cool book cover with a real grungy spine? To just start from scratch on a book. And I haven't done that in a while. I don't think, have I done it since Ren? I started the Forest Lore one that started becoming a Winter Solstice one, and I was hoping to finish it this year, and I didn't. So it's still up in my closet. And then I have this one here, The Garden at Eichstätt. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. This book is stunningly beautiful as well. Again, oh, there's some pressed flowers. Let me move those carefully. This one is just full. Every single page are plates. So they're just made crying out to cover book covers or to be end papers. Aren't they lovely? Just stunning. It's the kind of book that you have to decide which side is, which side's the better side, and then you have to sacrifice the other. And one gets to go to the dance and the other does not. So, and by making my own cover, I could get into this. So I'm thinking about that too. I'm not sure. I should show you my latest toy. And don't laugh at me, but I was still finding when I put the new knobs on the new book press, it was still hard on my hands. So I treated myself to something. It was my husband's birthday last week, so I got myself a birthday present for his birthday for me. Hold on. There's my new baby. And it's lovely. And I'm in love with it. And Nancy said I had to name her Jessie. Jessie the Pressy. So she works, this just turns so easy, so nice. And this comes up and it holds the largest papers that I use once they're folded into folios. And apparently at full pressure it gives 3,600 pounds of pressure. So I'm a happy girl, and I'm excited to give her a try. So that's my latest toy. They say that our fellas are bad with toys, but I must tell you, although I enjoy making my books from repurposed things, I don't mind once in a while treating myself to new gear once in a while. And I've certainly been making journals long enough that I'm comfortable with having got this. I looked online at some antique ones. The least expensive antique one that I could find was $1,400. Nancy found one out in her neck of the woods. It was a little more reasonable, but it was still quite high priced at $450. But it was lovely. It was very, very pretty. But I'm happy with useful, strong and useful. And that's what this is, strong and useful. And I used it to press the pages not for Sybil, just I think at New Worlds to Conquer I used some of the pages and pressed them in there overnight. And I was very happy. And I also tea-dyed some papers and put them in just to press them rather than iron them. And they came out beautifully. So if it can save me time doing that too, I'm thrilled with that. So that's nice too. So hold on, we'll go back to my desk now. Oh, hold on. You know what? I thought I'd show you my new phone. Remember I mentioned that I got a new, and it clamps right here. And oh, it's just so nice. If I showed you what I had been using, I had been using a tripod that I got at Value Village and had duct taped a dollar store, one of these type of clamp things from the dollar store. I duct taped it to the end of this tripod because it was broken. That's why it was at Value Village. And it was intended for regular old cameras, the kind that you screw onto the top, onto a base. So, and it worked. It worked for many years for me. But this, for the price, is well worth it. Holds my phone, because I have a big phone, and this does the trick. Okay, so let me show you the one last thing I was going to show you. I promise, it's the last thing. Okay, so I did a little bit of thrifting. Oh, let me move this. I was thinking of this for the back of that one blue book that I already started gutting. But now, of course, my heart's not in it. I like old frames that really look beat up. Oh, you can see me. Hi. I like old frames that really look beat up and grungy. And it's got a little bit of gold here, and it's all, the paint's worn off, and it was 99 cents. So I found that. My thrifting was not for lack of trying last week. Hubby was home for a day last week, and I said, okay, I'm out of here. You watch the pooch, and I'm out of here. Then I found this cute little jar, and I can't pass up a cute little jar. I loved the tulips. Look at the tulips in the glass. Isn't that pretty? It says Antoine on the bottom, so I'll have to find out what it was. And there's a kind of a moldy looking lady and gentleman there. So, but even just to hold some little pins or something. Again, I like it. It's clear, and I can see at a glance what I've got inside this. So, alright, so there we go. Now I've got a conundrum. What to pick, what to choose. Do I do a blue book? Do I make a new old book? I mean, obviously it would still be a junk journal because I'd make it from leftover stuff. I'm going to have to think on this. Anyhow, thanks for joining me today. I hope I didn't make you too seasick wandering around my room. Thanks for emptying that drawer a little bit more pleasant. I'm thrilled now to be able to get it out of my room. I don't even like looking at it. And it can now go. Happy girl. Yay. All right, take care. We'll talk soon. Bye.